The content on this channel has been created for adults. If you're not at least 13 years of age or older, then please do not watch this content. Sorry, dude. Come back when you're 13. Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Off Tap Life. I am Faith Chase, aka Crossifex, aka Chosen Effect, back on the deck, getting ready to wreck the set. And don't you forget, always a pleasure to be rocking and rolling with the best family on the tube. You already know. If you don't know, you might be new here. Maybe you need to go ahead and check out that red box there, the one that says subscribe. If you click that, not only do you get to become part of the best family on the tube, but you get a million years of good luck, apparently. I heard someone else say it. It must be true. And you don't know unless you're pushing. What do you gotta lose anyways? It's free. Like, might as well just go ahead and push it just in case. Get a million years good luck. Be great, right? So anyways, we're back with another reaction request. This one right here is from Nora. You get a new car, Nora. That's my Oprah. Hello, how are you? You get a new car, and you get a new car, and you... Alright, enough of that. So, we're going to dive right into this. Now, Nora's left a little bit of a note here as well. She wants to hear George Harrison, the concert for Bangladesh. This sounds very interesting and exciting already, just by the title. It says, "Hi Faith, thanks in advance for the grind. This month in 1971, 14 years before Live Aid and other subsequent benefit concerts, there was the concert for Bangladesh, approached by Ravi Shankar to help the plight of the people of Bangladesh. George Harrison did just that. One of those moments in rock history that truly mattered. Much love to you and the fam. Peace." Wow. Wow. I always love it when, you know, artists, singers, actors, etc., you know, people are using their, you know, their clout, you know, for good. You know what I mean? I always love that. I love when people are helping to impact this planet in a positive way, help those in need. Something that we should be using our resources on daily, not just here and there. It should be everywhere. It should be all the time. There's so many more important things that money that is being spent on freaking just BS at the end of the day. Things that, why do we need to, every person on this planet should be concerned about one thing. They should be concerned about health, you know, and well-being of the human race, you know, and keeping the human race alive and surviving. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much energy and time is wasted on other stuff. The only thing that should matter is people. People should matter, and people should want to work together to make that the priority on this planet. You know, humanity, the human race, survival, health, you know, getting rid of all these things, all of our resources. Imagine all their time and resources and energy that's going into developing new weapons and all this BS. Again, why do we need freaking more nuclear bombs and bombs that are freaking more deadly than the other bombs and all this kind of stuff? Why can't we all just learn to live in peace? And then all that money around the planet and all the time and the resources and the brain power that's going into developing all that BS crap, why don't we freaking come to a place of peace, love, happiness, freaking, you know, think about the humanity of it all and advance our humanity and civilization, our lives, get rid of diseases, put all of our energy and resources into diseases, viruses, death, figuring out the clue to why freaking people die. They fix this. Fix it. They know why, probably. They kind of know why, but they can fix it, Whatever's making cells stop rejuvenating, fix it. Put your energy and time to worthwhile stuff. If you've got tons of people, it makes it easier to also explore far distances. You know what I mean? If you had, I'm sure you get volunteers. If everyone's putting their energy into stuff like that, science, space, exploration, there's a big ton of space out there. Don't say that there's not enough space. There's tons of space for tons of people. Figure it all out. Put your energy into Mars. All that kind of stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying, man. I want to do a whole video on this topic because it just frustrates me. I actually literally woke up just really frustrated thinking about this topic. So that's why it's on my head right now. So I'm talking about it. But I love how this ties in perfectly with what I'm saying. Put our resources into positive things, make a positive change for the entire planet, for you, for me, for all of our freaking future generations, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let's dive into this, man. I ain't gonna preach about that right now. I gave you a mini sermon. I gave you a little taste. We gonna preach another day on it. Anyways, let's get into this right here. The inside of Concert for Bangladesh. George Harrison. Without further ado, for me, for Nora, for all of you, let's get it.
The world got some shocking news in the spring of 1970. The Beatles had broken up. The following year, while John Lennon and Paul McCartney traded insults in the press, the quiet Beatle, George Harrison, spoke loudly with his actions, organizing 2 massive benefit concerts at Madison Square Garden to aid the people of Bangladesh.
George Harrison's a Beatle. I think I was thinking about a different Harrison. Harrison Ford, maybe?
Mr. Harrison, with all of the enormous problems in the world, how did you happen to choose this one to do something about?
Because I was asked by a friend if I'd help, that's all.
That's cool.
It's just one of the most important gigs in music history. And at a certain point, rock and roll had to grow up and take a little responsibility. And I think Bangladesh is that moment.
If there had not been the Concert for Bangladesh at Madison Square Garden, there would be no Live Aid or Band Aid or Farm Aid or all the great money-raising concerts.
Okay, I disagree with that. That's kind of a really bold statement to say no one else was going to come up with an idea to help others, in a concert setting like that. I disagree with that comment. I'm just saying, let's be realistic. Like, someone else would have. It doesn't happen all the time or regularly that people are generous like that, but I think that it would have happened.
For great causes that there are.
The Concert for Bangladesh at Madison Square Garden was the realization of George Harrison and Ravi Shankar's dream to bring the plight of Bangladesh to the world's attention.
That's so cool.
At the time, the fledgling nation was the scene of an unimaginable refugee crisis. Political unrest and massive flooding had left millions in desperate need of food and water.
All that was very disturbing for me, and I was thinking of doing something to raise money to be helping these refugees. That was the main object.
That's cool.
George came to Los Angeles and he saw my anguish.
Harrison said, I'll see what I can do. I'll make a few calls. And he planned it to be a small thing. He was kind of surprised, stunned, and delighted to find out that the people who returned his calls turned out to be all of the greats.
Wow, that's awesome. So you've got this guy from the Beatles, and then he's got a bunch of his other huge friends who freaking are joining in the plight as well. That is dope. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Use your power and your influence to freaking help those that need some help. That's beautiful.
George Harrison was able to pull together an amazing group of people. Billy Preston and Eric Clapton, Leon Russell, Ringo Starr.
Wow.
I told George I was coming when he was putting it together, and I was in Spain actually, and I remember it very clearly, and he was sort of backing off from making it a Beatle thing. He said, well, I'm coming anyway.
On the only day available on the Garden calendar, August 1st, 1971, George Harrison's all-star lineup sold out the arena for 2 shows.
Wow.
None of the Beatles had been on stage in anything like this. So the idea that George Harrison was going to be leading a band at Madison Square Garden for a cause, I mean, it just swept people's imagination.
That's cool.
The thought of getting to see a Beatle, let alone 2 Beatles, let alone Eric Clapton, let alone Leon Russell, Bob Dylan, all of these people on one stage at one time was just unbelievable.
That is so
and
cool.
To be at Madison Square Garden, that just sort of added to the grandeur of the whole event.
Yeah. How cool, guys. How cool.
When the concert for Bangladesh began, the first performance fittingly came from Ravi Shankar.
Indie music's a little bit more serious than our music, and I appreciate if you could try and settle down and get into the indie music section.
There's that hilarious moment where he asks the audience to be quiet and to be respectful and to listen, and then they tune their instruments.
There was
So
a
cool.
tremendous clapping and ovation from the whole audience. So I immediately took the microphone and said,
if you appreciate the tuning so much, I hope you'll enjoy the playing more.
While the concert for Bangladesh was an act of conscience, it also delivered an unforgettable series of musical moments.
When Harrison comes out on stage and the band starts playing La La, everybody is playing. Billy Preston's on organ, Leon Russell's on piano, Eric Clapton is on guitar, Ringo's up there on drums. There was a sense of everybody just doing their most for the cause, and because they were up on stage with George Harrison and didn't want to let him down.
Some of the strongest performances are some of the artists who are not as well remembered. Leon Russell is fantastic. And he just, burns his performance down totally. He's great. Billy Preston gives a fantastic performance.
One question remained unanswered. Would Bob Dylan, who had not performed live in 2 years, join the superstar lineup on the Garden stage?
Harrison described sitting in Madison Square Garden during, the rehearsals. On his guitar, he had written a set list, and he had Bob Dylan with a question mark, because he didn't know up until the very moment that he looked over to see Dylan standing in the wings that Dylan was going to come out.
Wow. That's awesome.
We thought that the place was just going to explode.
The answer is blowing in the wind.
It's the performance that convinced Dylan to go back out on the road a few years later.
Wow. It's huge.
The concert for Bangladesh raised $250,000 for UNICEF.
Wow.
And the subsequent release of the album and film were even more successful, raising over $15 million.
What was incredibly beautiful was the get-together of all those musicians.
Yeah.
So it was an exciting time.
And at the end of it, Harrison told me, that Dylan just embraced it and said, God, we should have done another show.
Yeah. Woo.
The Concert for Bangladesh idea started with one guy, Ravi Shankar. He picked up the phone, spoke to his friend George Harrison.
What's the name of that song, guys, that's playing there? That sounded nice, what he was singing there. That sounded nice. Let me know what the name of that.
Who in turn collected his friends. It sent a signal that two guys could step up and do something that no one else had ever done before.
I like this.
This was the magic that happened in one single night. The name of Bangladesh became known all over the world.
Wow.
I never thought it would become such a big event. I'm really so proud that I was part of it. And thanks to George again, because without him it wouldn't have been done.
Wow, that's so cool. Mad respect for that, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. That's what you should be doing with your freaking influence. You know what I'm saying? All influencers of any sort, of any style, if you're someone who's out there and have the power to influence others and the power to influence change, then you should use that power to influence humanity in a positive way. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. They said it, they did it, they came, they did it, they got it done. It was awesome. I can't wait. Yeah, because Nora's got another part 2 to this, and I think that's gonna be a song from the concert, so I can't wait to check that out. Coming up next, guys, I love you, I appreciate you. As always, remember to live each moment to the fullest and keep it off tap. We out.